Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. Your local bedhead here. We are going to be diving into the newest Sam and Colby video. This has to do with Robert the doll, Annabelle the doll, and Peggy the doll. A lot of people have been asking me to check this video out because there's a lot of stuff that happened in this that blows their minds, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was going to react to it last night, but something happened to where I couldn't. Basically, for the most part, I've been just really busy, but last night was actually one of those situations where I went to Walmart to buy some new pants. I've been losing weight, so I had to get some new pants that fit me, and to be blunt, my battery died. So I had to like sit there for about an hour and a half. I even went live on Instagram talking about it. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you guys can see that little live stream. But I was there for about an hour and a half waiting for, trying to find somebody to come and jump the battery. And they got it jumped, but yeah, it was just a bit of a pain in the ass. But I was going to react to it that last night, but that happened. And when I got home, I was already freezing cold because I had to sit out there for so long that I just was not in the mood to film it. So it's going to be like, you know, a little bit late from when I wanted it to come out. But I wanted to come out this morning, but unfortunately, it just, did not work that way. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and dive into this video. If you like this type of content, want some more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get this video over 500 likes, and I will continue reacting to Sam and Colby as much as I can. Now, you got to keep in mind that I do like Sam and Colby a lot. As a matter of fact, I really do enjoy their content. There are things that obviously I don't agree with, but I normally feel that way about a lot of content creators I watch, and I'm sure there's a lot of content creators or people who would watch my channel who absolutely agree with that when it comes to me. Nothing that I say will ever affect what they do. And I just want you guys to keep that in mind this entire time. Even if I don't agree with some things that do happen, because I have to really make sure I tell people that now, that sometimes I say things that just genuinely people don't agree with. That's just the way I am, and I'm not going to like shy away from not speaking my mind. So having said all that, we're going to go ahead and dive into the video, and I'll give you guys my thoughts during and, of course, after the video.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
In this video, we are going to be visiting 3 of the world's most haunted dolls, starting with Peggy the doll in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum.
There is a demon attached to Peggy.
Then we're heading to Florida to revisit Robert the doll. He caused more than 10,000 people to write apology letters for either experiencing bad luck or health problems. Do you believe that Robert the doll cursed me?
Absolutely. And listen, I think your ride's just starting.
And finally, we have the opportunity.
That's interesting. Okay. So, I've given my thoughts about this before. Colby's situation with testicular cancer. I personally do not believe Robert the doll had anything to do with this. I know there are some people out there who genuinely believe Robert the doll had a lot to do with this. Personally, do I believe in it? I personally do not believe that Robert had anything to do with this. And again, it's one of those situations to where, like, I would love to throw, like, the logical side to this in here, but the reality is, Colby went and saw Robert and then ended up with testicular cancer. So, I don't know. Can I see why people would think that he had something to do with this? Yes, I do. And I you know, as someone who believes, I have to take acknowledgement of that. They weren't respectful to the doll at all. They were, you know, being very childish around it. And I even think they took a picture without even asking permission, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've seen the Robert the doll stuff, but...
Absolutely. And listen, I think your ride's just starting.
I think your ride's just starting. So, like, testicular cancer wasn't the worst of what Robert can do to this guy for doing one thing. I don't know, because then, look at that. You see how he says that? But then now everything that happens to Colby that could even be remotely looked at as negative will always now be looked at as Robert cursing him because he said that. Because he also can't prove that Robert did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that bothers me. That really does bother me, because that's something that a lot of this kind of stuff happens all the time. They will say things like that. You know, I think your ride's just starting. Now, next year when he gets into a bicycle wreck, right? Like, he's riding a bicycle down a hill, he trips, and he breaks his arm. Now Robert had something to do with it, right? So, like, it's just, yeah, it just makes no sense to me.
And finally, we have the
And I have a lot of respect for Robert the doll. I think he's a fucking cool doll. But at the same time, I'm not, you know, not everything that happens in life is now going to be, you're not going to, you know, point the finger at the doll. Like, it's just, when I've come the way I've come in the paranormal community now, and I've seen what I've seen and I've heard what I've heard, my mind is starting to differ a little bit compared to what I used to be. At one point, I'd have been like, you know, that's crazy that Robert would actually, you know, this is crazy. But now I'm starting to see the bigger picture, right? When you step back and you take a look, and it's like, is it all really responsible for everything bad that's happening in your life? I don't necessarily know, because there's a lot of people who genuinely actually face these kind of struggles a lot, and they don't have a doll to point the finger at, you know?
Opportunity to come face to face with the real Annabelle doll, the most haunted of them all.
For each of these dolls, we have a plan, and tonight, Zach Bagans gave us special permission to hold Peggy, something that only a few investigators in the world have been allowed to do, so let's get inside. Tonight we've returned to the home of one of the world's largest collections of haunted objects, Zak Bagans' Haunted Museum. Zak Bagans is known as the lead investigator of the TV show Ghost Adventures, and tonight we're gonna get to talk to him about one of the world's most haunted dolls, Peggy.
Yep, this is their collaboration. Like, they posted a picture several months ago with Zak Bagans saying when two worlds collide, this must be the video.
But before we do that, we wanted to revisit some of the most haunted objects of the museum, like the Dybbuk Box and the Devil's Rocking Chair. But this time in total darkness and completely alone.
Here we go.
I don't know if you guys remember, but last time we were here, we made a light goal that you guys hit where we had to come back, just Sam and I, in night vision only. So here we are doing that as the first thing back. I can't even see any of the dolls behind me.
You can't see anything, which is crazy because our goal right now will be to try to find Peggy in the pitch black. This is what it looks like to us without the night vision.
I know.
Literally nothing. How are we gonna find Peggy? It's so scary.
Also, guys, this museum has so many rooms and different staircases up and down that I don't know how we're even gonna get to her. Oh, I remember this room.
Literally all the haunted dolls besides Peggy are all in this area.
Oh my god, dude. This is fucking scary. Fuck.
I'm actually curious because, and again, people are going to say you're over criticizing. I'm actually genuinely curious how many dolls in that room are actually haunted. Or are they there for just looks? How many dolls in that place? And they're all supposedly haunted? But Peggy, for some reason, is the one main one that's haunted because maybe she has shown some signs of possible hauntings. It makes me question it a little bit. It really does. It really does. Like, I would love to go to Zak Bagans' museum and take a look around at all the cool, artifacts and all the cool, creepy-looking stuff. But I don't know. It's like when you say things like that, it makes me question it. Like, all of these haunted dolls are here. Like, they're all haunted. And it's like, how do you know that? Because they look spooky, they're haunted? It's like one of those things. This isn't Sam and Colby's fault. This is just this is what I think when anybody says something like this. It's like, what was it? The Hill House, when I was reacting to that video from the boys. And they were talking about how, like, everything has a story. Okay, now where are the facts to back it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, it would not take anything for me to grab this doll right here, right? Take it to Zak Bagans' museum and said, this doll moved on its own and fell off the shelf. He'd be like, I'll take it, put it on a shelf, and now it's got this, it's insanely haunted story, right? That's how it feels like that's how easy it is. And that bums me out a little bit because I'm actually, like, wanting to know if these dolls are really haunted or are they just there for just looks.
What?
Look in there. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that something sitting up?
Oh, it is. Look on this night vision real quick.
Oh, that's so scary.
Oh my god,
She
it's
looks
a big
real.
statue. In person, guys, it just looks like a shadow figure.
Look at all the
It looks like the pale lady from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark just a little bit
creepy
in the night
dolls.
vision.
I can't see anything.
Oh my god. They say that one, Gretchen, is one of the most haunted dolls here besides Peggy.
That's impressive. You remember the name.
Dude, thank you.
Dude, yeah, get a close-up of this. That's who I saw from the other room. That's horrifying. Before we go any further, guys, you know this. You've been watching the channel for a long time. This is the obelisk. I was holding it the wrong way because it's so dark in here. It's so funny.
Dude, that's amazing. That just shows how dark it is.
All right, here we go.
Oh my god.
That's calibration, right?
I think so. I'm just gonna blame it on that. Let's go through here.
What's in here?
This is the demonic room. Annalise, right?
Oh, this is the German girl who got possessed. It says base.
But we have to go through that little hole and crawl. We can't even see where the hole is, besides on night vision.
That's so messed up.
And you gotta crawl.
I actually can't see anything. I'm using the obelisk light to see. Look at these pictures, dude.
Oh my god, they can't even see, really.
This is like the room where they have her growling. Sing.
That's probably gonna piss off the spirits.
Wait, this is genuinely horrifying. It says begin.
Yeah, get in there.
But why'd you leave out the part where it says town?
Ow. Dude, this is hard with a light.
Dude, it's a step.
No! Oh my god, it's so dark. I'm gonna
Yeah, it
get
is.
you.
I actually cannot see where this hole exits.
I love how the second we walk into this museum, we're already in pitch black. Like, this video has no chill. Like, it is at 100% the entire time. This is what we're looking at. Nothing, dude.
We're literally feeling the walls.
Nothing.
It says fate.
Dude, someone is looking at you.
I already know it's that guy right there, and I can't even see him.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
This guy follows you when you walk around. Malevolent!
Oh my god, dude!
Wait, what's touching me? Oh, fuck, it's a rope.
Bro, what is happening already? Like, why is everything so bad on the obelisk? It's usually not like this.
I know! Let's keep going.
Unholy, malevolent church.
Correct. Gateway. Hop.
No!
Hop into another gateway?
I don't want to go into another gateway.
The serial killer room.
And the creepiest part of Zach Bagans' museum is that he even has a collection of serial killer memorabilia that have seen some of the most unimaginable things. And last time, we never even investigated this area.
Oh my god. So this is just a huge collection. I think one of the largest collections of murderabilia from all these different serial killers. Ted Bundy stuff, John Wayne Gacy. Even if, let's say, random objects or dolls
Is that, kind of looks like Alcatraz. I don't know this for a fact, but it kind of does. Behind him, the model.
Things like serial killer objects, they have to be haunted. They've seen some traumatic events.
Oh, for sure. They're just like from evil people themselves. So that energy, like look at this. This is like made out of Charles Manson's ashes, I think.
I think it's in his eyes. So creepy.
I'm almost glad that it is pitch black in here.
You know where we should go though? One of the scariest spots ever that we saw last time was in the basement.
Do not enter.
Do not enter. The guide is way off in the distance. There's like one person, one security guy here, and we're gonna go face the basement alone. This is where allegedly in this haunted museum.
What was that? What was that?
The door like creaked open.
What's in there? Well, I'm sorry,
That's
but
the
like
cauldron.
the cauldron?
Oh, I know what that cauldron is. It's, without them going into it, that is pretty sure that's Ed Gein's cauldron that he used to cook, like, actual human remains. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm confident Zach Bagans bought that.
Heavy. Whoa.
There's a loud creak in here.
Heavy love.
I don't think we've been heavy love. Wait,
Hey.
what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Hey, yo.
I know you got a heart on your ring shirt though.
Can you see it though?
Yeah, you can see the heart.
Go check out showexplore.com.
Before this building was turned into a museum, the basement of the house was allegedly where actual rituals were held. This is why many claim that it's the most haunted part of the museum.
Oh god. I just have a bad feeling about last time we were in this basement investigating, people got touched. I have a horrible cellar! It literally says cellar.
There's
like
no
that.
way. Wait, this is where like all the demonic rituals would happen too, right?
Literally, it's alleged that people would come down here in hoods and do rituals, and that's why this house alone, not even just the museum's objects, are haunted. When is the last time that me and you just did like a solo investigation like this?
I want to say like over a year and a couple months ago, like at the lighthouse or something, right?
Yeah, it's probably been like close to 2 years since like me and you have not only done an investigation, but taken on literal demons.
Like the most haunted dolls in the world.
I'm actually kind of glad that we're not bringing random guests on this, because like that would be kind of cruel and unusual punishment.
No, okay, dude, like, we came here, Stas gets her hair pulled, then I go to Robert the Doll, and everybody knows what allegedly happened to me, and then we're gonna
Now,
go to Annabelle.
I'm glad you at least said allegedly in the beginning of this.
Like, what the hell?
Pray for us, guys.
Not a good video. Not a good video for collabs. Speaking of, there's a collapse.
Come down, look at this corridor, and just like be super quiet. What the fuck was that?
Okay, ready, guys? Oh, fuck.
Bro, it's nothing, dude.
Guys.
It's actually nothing.
It's literally not.
It's so scary. I don't think I hope they understand now.
How many of you guys watching this would do this? I'm
I don't
curious.
know. I want to
I
be
would.
doing this.
I
dude.
would.
Whoa! Did you just touch me?
No.
Are you okay? Are you fucking with me?
No.
Actually, because I just felt something touching my back.
I did it.
Okay.
Is that a shadow figure in front of you?
Okay, you go fucking first.
Witch! It's a witch! You see that in the camera?
Is that even supposed to be
Secret. It's a secret witch! Isn't there usually like a spirit box that's going crazy around here too?
Everything was turned off. The entire museum is just ours.
Guys, this is where we did the last investigation last time. On the pentagram, you can't see anything! What?
Oh my god, this thing touched me. I was like, what the fuck is that? This is where Stas got her hair tugged.
Peggy.
In 2014, a haunted doll expert, Jane Harris, received a mysterious email asking her to take a cursed doll away from its owner. The email stated, "This doll ruined my life. I want to forget it ever existed, and I hope God protects you all." This doll was named Peggy. Jane took Peggy to a psychic where she realized there might not just be one, but two entities haunting this doll.
We caught up with Zach Baggins to learn about his experience with Peggy.
I did this show in the very beginning of the museum. It was called Deadly Possessions. Out of all the items, the one that messed me up the most was Peggy.
After Jane posted Peggy on social media, she started receiving hundreds of DMs from random people saying they've had negative experiences after viewing this doll. Experiences like nosebleeds, headaches, rage, lightheadedness, and even an actual heart attack.
And she wrote about it in her book, this Peggy the Doll book, Jane Harris. Make a long story short, she brings Peggy in and had a hood over Peggy's face because at that time, Jane Harris knew that when she posted the picture of Peggy online, how many hundreds of people are just sending her messages about, once I looked into Peggy's eyes, I got severely sick. I started having heart problems. The camera that was filming the shot on Peggy, that completely died. And then I'd say like a few days later.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Great. It's already starting.
What happened?
And then all these black flies, even Jane wrote about this, all these black flies started surrounding me, my face, my head, Jane Harris's face, her head. And then I had to stand up and I got really angry, really aggravated. And I started kicking pieces of our set. I had to go outside. And I knew right then in that moment that
Zach Baggins had one of those, you know, monumental kind of like energy is just taking him over and he starts reacting to it, which is something that's never happened to anybody on the history of the planet. At least I have never seen on film or camera. Yeah, let me go back a little bit.
Kicking pieces. I had to stand up and these black flies completely died. And then problems. The camera that was filming the shot on Peggy, that completely died. And then
yeah, see that? Do you see that? And I know what you're going to say. Well, Peggy could have had the ability to turn off the camera. But doesn't that sound like a very coincidental answer to give when a camera does die? You got to go by the words of Zach Baggins and whoever else was in the room. And there's not really a whole lot you can hold with that, you know? Even then, it's like they hear a creak and all of a sudden they kind of point it out as if like something is watching them, right? Even they were like, yeah, I hear that. That's my problem, is that I'm looking around and I can see a bunch of antique stuff and old stuff. This building, I'm sure, is very old. Of course it's going to creak, but of course they kind of made it sound like it was this. That's my problem. That's genuinely what I have a problem with when it comes to today's paranormal investigation stuff, is that there's nothing there. They don't even bother. They just, oh, that was creepy. You know, I just hope that my understanding comes across on screen, because that's what I'm trying to get at.
I'd say like a few days later.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Great. It's already starting.
What happened?
And then all these black flies, even Jane wrote about this, all these black flies started surrounding me, my face, my head, Jane Harris's face, her head. And then I had to stand up and I got really angry, really aggravated. And I started kicking pieces of our set. I had to go outside. And I knew right then in that moment that Peggy is a very powerful item.
Our main goal, obviously, is to find and investigate with Peggy. Try to figure out and remember where Peggy's exhibit is.
I know it's upstairs.
All right, let's go find a staircase.
You go that way, I go this way?
Yeah.
Ow! Who put that door there? Isn't there a thing that shakes right here?
That cross.
We'll shake back and forth.
Peggy is known to hate crosses. Do you have a cross necklace on? Kind of, like 3 crosses.
Fuck.
So that's also why people think she might be a demon.
Look how creepy these paintings are.
If there is anyone here watching us, speaking with us through this obelisk, can you give us a clear and obvious sign? We're on our way to Peggy the doll's room. Ooh, cook. Malicious.
Cook malicious.
Let the malicious cook.
In this door,
It's cooking.
there is the devil's rocking chair, which we both sat on, and Sam experienced
Was that a
extreme
picture of
diarrhea afterward.
That is not true.
That was just from the Chipotle or what?
Yeah, that's Chipotle.
That was probably the worst Estes method of my entire life.
Yeah, I still have nightmares about that. I was shaking genuinely for like 30 minutes after.
Yeah, it almost felt like we were paralyzed in the chair. All right, if there's anybody up here, you can come to this device right here and communicate with us. Let us know if you want us to be coming up here or not. We're here to learn about the haunted doll Peggy and what's attached to her. Is it two people? Is it just one demonic entity?
Zach Bagans seems to believe this is a demonic energy.
For the last stop before Peggy, we wanted to visit.
I mean, I gotta go here. I mean, you know what I would think would be a great way to prove this place is really haunted? You get all the people who think about logical explanations before they do paranormal explanations, right? You get them all to go into this museum together and do an investigation, right? That'd be a crazy video. Not saying everybody has the time to do that. Obviously, a lot of people are even overseas, so it would be a very difficult thing to pull off. But if you got a bunch of people who actually would try to explain and try to look at the logical side before they look at the paranormal side immediately, that would be a very cool way to try to debate if this was actually a really haunted location, or was it set up to be that way, or was everything in this museum just laid out to spook people out the second they walked in. So, I mean, even on the title, Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum, everybody is meant to believe that everything in this museum is truly haunted. And I think getting people who would look at the logical side of it before the paranormal side of it would be a good way to determine that. We got to continue. Not going to pause it anymore. If you're getting annoyed, I understand, but I cannot help but not speak my thoughts when something like that happens. And I'd much rather pause it than try to talk over the video, because that would be even more obnoxious, right?
The Dybbuk Box, aka what many call the museum's most haunted object.
This Dybbuk Box, which allegedly contains a demon inside, has been responsible for numerous physical attacks and bad luck. It even affected Post Malone with near-death experiences after he touched the box. Yeah, before we go...
Oh my... What the fuck?
What?
I don't know. I thought I saw something move over there. There's no one here, right?
There's nobody here.
Hey, there's no one about Peggy, right? Oh, something just creaked right there too.
I don't like this anymore.
What the fuck was that? It's not just Peggy up here.
Oh, yeah.
Other spirits.
All of these rooms are super haunted.
I'm on edge now.
Okay, so I don't know if we can actually get into the room where the Dybbuk Box is. Let's find out. Oh, it's
Yes, I was wanting to pause.
Whoa. Something just clicked over here too. Right as you opened the door. So this Dybbuk Box said to give people extreme bad luck. Should we even do this right before Peggy?
I mean, we've already made it this far. You know what's crazy too is this is the story, if you guys remember, of Post Malone and Zach Bagans experiencing something insane here, and then Post Malone had extreme bad luck after... I don't like this at all, dude. It's hot in here.
Oh, it's thick. There's the Dybbuk Box. All right, if there's anybody here in the Dybbuk Box room that wants to talk to us or will join us over in Peggy's room, let us know. Give us an obvious sign or move a door just like you had.
Can you make a little tap or creak like you just did before? Was that you? You know what is really scary about this room? Last time we were here for an investigation, we both cut off our hair and gave it as an offering.
So whatever's here probably does remember us.
I mean, we left literally. What the
fuck was that?
What?
There's like a humming or something like that right behind you. Did you hear that?
No.
Am I going?
What's that?
What the fuck? What? What?
What was a footstep?
Am I going crazy? Did I not just hear like literal like humming, like deep voice? We're literally in pitch black.
I know.
There's a little like blue light over there, but that's it. And then we have to deal with all of these sounds, and we have no idea what's like next to us.
I don't want to be in here anymore.
All right, let's go.
Granted, they probably just wanted to move on because they want to get to the main event of the video, which are the dolls. So we'll give them a little bit of leeway, but you hear a creak. You hear a click. I don't know about the humming. I can't explain the humming. But then you're like, I don't want to be in this room anymore, and you get out. I mean, at this rate, how long have you guys have been doing this for years? Like actual years doing this, and you're getting freaked out over a click and a creak? I know people are going to hate me for this. I know people are going to be in the comment section saying, you are just a sad excuse of a person. You are just a bully. You are just annoyed too easily. I'm just confused on why. You know? You guys have been doing this forever now. I've been in a haunted location, officially now. And I've been upstairs by myself. I've heard creaks. I've heard noises. I've been in the attic by myself, and I was able to maintain my composure the entire time. I get it. This is a Dybbuk box. You're in a room that's warm. I get it. I do. But I'm also like in the back of my mind, why are you so nervous about this stuff at this point? Genuinely, I'm not even trying to be a dick. I just want to speak my thoughts, and I have to speak my thoughts, or it's just going to eat me alive. It's just confusing to me that how can you guys be this nervous? You've done worse. You've literally been in worse situations, and you never will like just immediately run out of a room. But for some reason, this one you just like, I got to get out of here. I'm done with this room. Sorry.
There
Here's
is
Peggy.
a demon attached to Peggy, and that is not any exaggeration whatsoever.
You sure?
We literally
No.
every day have people that we have to take out of the museum. You know, they've fainted, they've had to go in ambulances. This girl was in the lobby, and her head contorted like this and started puking everywhere. And there was a handprint on her neck. 4 bruised
Is that a legitimate picture, or is that just a picture from like online somewhere?
fingerprints on her
And why is it black and white? This building has not been open that long.
neck.
It's
is
not
like
real.
one of the most terrifying things
That picture is not.
that I've ever seen physically, but lately there's been like a lot of people being affected by Peggy. They're getting possessed and they're having illnesses. And this whole illness stuff is getting crazier with Peggy. It's kind of a newer thing that I'm experiencing myself. I'm gonna get a little personal here. I just started thinking I was like dying from something. I didn't talk to anybody. I got scared. I thought I was having like medical problems. I was freaking the fuck out, dude. Just today, this mother and her daughter came to the museum. They came back because her husband started taunting and provoking Peggy the last time they were here. What? Did you do that?
No, I'm just
What
saying.
was that look to him?
He never provokes. Sam doesn't
I would
provoke.
never
Sam,
do such a
well,
thing.
what was that look then?
I don't know.
Did you provoke her one time? Tell me, Colby.
He did.
He did?
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah, come on.
What? You're throwing me under the bus right now.
You provoked Peggy?
No, but what would happen to someone if, let's say, they do provoke her?
Oh my gosh, now he's asking for himself. You are so guilty right now. Let me just tell you this. So today, real quick, they came back to kind of get closure and face Peggy because of what happened to her husband. And it was very severe. Like, he had a very bad attachment, and when he went home, him and his wife started seeing a figure at the foot of their bed, hearing scratching, and he became very ill, got very sick. You have to respect the power of Peggy. How are these items so powerful? Like, is there really a demon inside of the doll? This is no fucking joke, okay? I'm telling you that.
Hello, Peggy. We come here with respect.
Wait. When was the last time Sam and Colby were here? This was a while back. I'm actually now remembering the Zach Bagans Museum. This was over a year ago, right? Like, definitely over a year ago. It was one of my personal favorites at the time, if I'm not mistaken. So far, Sam hasn't really been talking about how he's experienced anything, even after provoking the doll. To my knowledge, at least. I mean, there might have been some things that happened throughout the year that might have actually been, I guess, a sign of bad luck, but I can't recall if there was anything. I gotta think about that.
We're only here to learn more about your story.
Hello, Peggy. Come here with respect.
Hello.
Literally right in front. Oh my god. I genuinely feel like a pressure on my chest. Like almost like I'm almost like out of breath. Anyway, just so you guys don't have to look at her while we do this, we're going to show you this perspective.
Peggy, if you're around, or if there's an entity in here, you can use this device I'm holding to communicate if you want to tell us anything before we start the investigation. Again, we come here with respect.
Yeah, you can't see her face or her eyes, luckily. We just see the outline of the big box that she's in. Peggy, all we want is the truth. So we're gonna come back up here with some equipment and the key, and we are gonna unlock this exhibit and take you out.
He looks at. That's right. We said it. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, and there's something I want to point out really quick about this Peggy the Doll situation. Now, first off, they build up the hype quite a bit, don't they? You go into a place called Zach Bagans Haunted Museum, there's going to be some people in there who are going to be genuinely terrified. And fear can probably cause a lot of bodily sense. I'm not, injuries isn't the right word, but effects. It can overall have an effect. And like they said in one of the rooms, that it was so hot in there that it was like heavy. So something tells me this building has something going on inside of it that might affect how people feel. It could probably cause exhaustion. It could probably cause, being out of breath. I mean, even now that, this Peggy the doll thing where they're saying that Peggy, if you look into her eyes, it's going to cause chest pains. I'm going to be honest. The first time I looked into Peggy's eyes, I started thinking about it a lot and I started feeling a little bit of chest pain. And I'm like, oh, I got to stop thinking about it. Haven't had a problem since. So these people who are going into this location thinking that Peggy is really demonic and really harmful, and the thought of even getting harmed by this thing or bad luck by this thing, that is going to be cycling in the back of your mind. That stress is going to cause you some problems. Stress causes problems. I know this. I've been depressed. I've been stressed. I've felt things. And it does affect the body. Not saying this is a fact. I'm just throwing it out there as a good possibility. Now, Zach, after telling Sam and Colby that Peggy has caused someone to literally start vomiting and like contorting their neck and stuff, I'm going to let you guys hold the doll. 28-year-olds, I'm going to let you hold this supposedly demonic evil entity, this demon that could cause you some serious harm because you have 10 plus million subscribers on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Why that sounds odd? Why would you ever want to risk that? Like, why would you want them to? And I'm sure he's probably signed a waiver or something or a paper. But, like, if you really truly believe this thing is evil, truly evil that can cause real harm, why would you want them to be in a situation like this? You get what I'm saying? Why that is still weird to me? And this is not just for this situation. This is for many situations. It's a little weird. I wouldn't, if I had a doll that I knew for a fact was haunted, and I've been pushing for it because I want to see if a doll can be really haunted. So I take Jasper with me to hopefully every paranormal location I'm going to because I want to let him sit in that room with whatever could be there, right? And I want to see if he gets haunted or possessed or attached to, because I want to see if this thing is real, if this can actually happen. Yeah. The way he looks at the camera when he says they're going to take her out of the cage.
Investigation with her actually holding the doll?
I haven't.
Well,
I'm gonna let you guys pop that cherry.
Oh, let's go.
But I will say, I've seen people provoke and taunt Peggy, and I see the aftermath of what happens. And you're telling me you did that, right,
no,
Sam?
I'm not saying anything.
Yes, you did. Don't lie. Don't lie. And you know what? You can open the case and hold her and maybe apologize.
Might need to do that.
I have to.
Okay, here we go. The investigation.
We got equipment. They just gave us the key. Here we go. I don't know if I'm gonna look yet. Hi, Peggy. We're back. We're going to do a little investigation because we just want to learn your story.
Hi, Peggy. We come here with the utmost respect, and we just want to learn more about your story, and hope you will talk to us today.
See what you catch, fellas.
Should I close the door?
Sure.
What if we just got locked in here?
Oh my god. What's crazy is there's so many other scary ass dolls too. Honestly, they look scarier than Peggy itself.
Yeah, they do. Oh.
Whoa!
Wait.
What the fuck was that?
Why did that shut so fast?
I don't know. Well,
I swear to God.
does it auto shut?
Maybe. Wait, let me see. Probably, right? Okay, maybe my backpack. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think my backpack was on this, and then I walked this way.
Obviously, guys, as you can tell, we're on edge.
Yeah.
Do you really?
And if you pretend that does not have an effect on someone's mind, you are sorely mistaken. If you've never been in a situation like this where you are already on the edge and you start now going up to something even scarier, you're already affected. Yeah, I got to point that shit out. I got to point it out because I feel like it's right to point it out. Okay, I'm shutting up. Let's see.
Want to open the case and hold her, because I do not let people do that. I ain't doing that for just this camera stuff. If you guys want to do it, you guys came to my museum before and I had mad respect for you guys. I think you guys do excellent investigations. The way that you did the investigation at the museum was just supreme. And if anybody was to do this, I would want you guys to do it. I just believe that could be a lot easier for an attachment on you guys.
And you believe that can happen through a screen as well?
That's the weird phenomenon. When I would edit Demon House and things like this, things would happen to not only me, but to my editors. Not only the editors, but news stations that were running Demon House stuff would then contact me. I think it was NBC here. They said their entire operating room of editing equipment, everything went down.
The really interesting but horrifying part about Peggy is she's so powerful that she can even haunt those that look her in the eyes through a screen. Yes, that means all of you guys watching at home, if you look Peggy in the eyes, you could be affected by her.
If a little girl has a pure soul, right? That demon wants that pure soul. So that demon wants to inject itself into the girl.
Alright guys, this is the part of the video where we are going to show Peggy with her eyes unblurred, so viewer discretion is advised. If you guys want to look at Peggy, you can, but warning, bad luck or health problems could occur, and we're warning you now, it's completely up to you if you want to look, but should we look for the first time right now?
Bring it on. Bring it on. See, I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling it, dude. I swear to God. Because there is a part of me, obviously, I do believe in this stuff. So, like, there is part of me that's like, it's being built up, and I'm starting to think about it, but no, I'm not worried about it. Let's go. Let's go. Don't build her up. Just, come on. Come on. There it is.
Oh my god. Ooh, you got chills, man, for sure.
I mean, she definitely has like an energy to her.
Maybe we should do the writing planchette first and then open her up.
Let's do it.
We have writing planchette right here. We have our EMF rope now on, and that will detect all around us if there's any EMF energy going off, which right now there's something going off on one of these dolls. Holy shit.
Oh, on just the doll?
Boom. For some reason, this specific doll is making it go off.
When I went up there the other day, I said, Peggy, can you tell us your name? She goes, Lily. And Lily is the doll on the bottom floor that is looking up to her. And there was something that happened with Lily a few months ago that is like, it's a lot. We'll just say somebody that was there during a very scary event is no longer here.
Oh, wow.
The guides here at the museum got us this. This is what they call a dead bell. It detects EMF energy, and if there's a major spike, it will ring the dead bell. So we're gonna put this bell right in front of Peggy. So if for some reason she's active, she'll do that.
Tonight, our goal is to figure out what truly haunts Peggy, because when Zach Bagans encountered Peggy for the first time, he was swarmed by flies, which is a sign of demonic infestation. And more importantly, we want to find out what Peggy or the entities that haunt her want to tell the world. We're trying to figure out what Peggy is. Like a troubled little girl, or is it like a demonic entity who's taking over Peggy as like a vessel?
Kind of like what Zach was saying. Some believe there are multiple spirits in Peggy. Some believe Peggy is just a human spirit that's angry. Most believe Peggy is a demon. Peggy, if you want to tell us, now is your chance.
Or if there's any other entities in here that can hear us, feel free to come through as well. Obviously, it looks like something's going crazy with this doll.
Definitely might be other energies in this room with us.
You know, it was almost like Peggy heard us. You know what's interesting about this whole Peggy the doll thing is that, okay, let's say if it was a demon. Why would a demon care about an apology? Like what Zach just said, this thing obviously has issues and it has affected, and even apparently this person's no longer here with us, or like whatever have you. Did he mean like the person died, or did he mean like the person just quit the job, or if they were working there? I can't tell you. But obviously this doll is bad news. If it's a demon, why does the demon care if you apologize to it or not? Because Zach even said, you know, you can go up there, hold her, and apologize to her. Why does a demon care if you apologize? All it wants to do is wreak havoc. Okay, that's all a demon wants to do is wreak havoc. So I don't think it would give a shit. But having said that, I guess they truly don't know if it's like a demon or an angry spirit or whatnot have you. But he remotely, you know, Zach earlier said that they believe it's a demon and it's not to be taken lightly. Okay. Then why does it care about an apology? The only reason why you would want to apologize to this doll is if you truly believe that it has affected you, your life in some way. I saw a video of somebody who felt the same way about Robert the doll, who apparently is not a demon, but a spirit that genuinely wants respect. This is not the same story. This is apparently a demon. But that person who insulted Robert or took a picture without Robert's consent apparently started going through all of these horrible life occurrences and literally was crying on camera, apologizing to Robert. And I truly believe she truly believes that Robert had something to do with her misery because of the folklore and the lore behind these things and how apparently they cause bad luck. Now there's a finger to point at the doll, right? So like I don't know if Peggy is truly haunted. People do believe that she is, and if you are one of those people, I'm not judging you. If you believe Peggy's haunted, that is completely fine. I'm going to tell you right now, though, I've been watching this and I've been looking at her the entire time. I'm not feeling much of anything. Now, if for some reason I go downstairs and I trip down the stairs and I break my neck after this recording, well then, I was probably clumsy, which I am, because activity began immediately.
Oh my god.
Wait, that was not you, right?
No, I did not do that, dude. Right as we were about to start. Oh my god. We were just talking that entire time. And then, yeah, right as we were about to begin, it's like, hey, I'm here. That was perfectly on time. That's so creepy.
Something is here.
Peggy might be here.
Or whatever's controlling her. As a reminder as well, the writing planchette is us actually moving it. We are subconsciously just going with the flow. Yeah. So, yeah, what was that?
Oh my god! And then behind you, it's going off. What the fuck? Where's your phone?
Right here. I'm gonna put it away.
Yeah, put that over there.
I have chills everywhere.
This just got so much more real. Peggy, again, we come with respect. We don't really know who you are, but our main question, can you describe what type of entity you are? Are you Peggy, the little girl that everyone says you might be?
What is that? Oh my god,
The camera just fucking moved! What the hell? Oh my god!
I'm genuinely scared, dude.
I don't even know what to say.
Peggy, please understand that we are doing this to share your story. Do not give us any bad luck. We are just trying to help show the world.
Please tell me there is a security camera in that room. Please tell me Zak Bagans has a security camera in Peggy's doll room. Because there should be another angle of this if there is. That, I want to say that looks like a light. I'm confident that's a light, not a camera. So we can't say that. But if there is a camera in that room, that would be really neat to see that camera footage of the camera moving on its own, or at least see if there's anybody in that corner or behind that door that's right in front of that, right next to it.
Exactly who you are.
Oh my god, dude, I'm like sweating now.
This is so scary. Dude. Footsteps?
Deep footsteps right outside. Peggy, you have obviously shown yourself already. You are here with us. You show us with this writing planchette what type of entity you truly are.
Peggy, what are your intentions?
My god. What the fuck is happening?
Peggy, can you draw out a symbol or something that will tell us who you are?
Oh my god.
Dude, it's going in threes. It's doing threes.
Oh, it's like a door slam.
Uh-huh.
There's only one person, and they're stationary in the security room.
Peggy?
Peggy?
This must be one of the scariest investigations we've ever done.
Oh,
Ever.
100%. It's just like going off non-stop now, ever since we started writing planchette.
Peggy, we're just trying to get your story out here. Voices.
Where?
I don't know. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that. Has it done anything? Guys, this is what it drew out. We'll throw a picture on the screen. It'd be like 4 or like a T. That's like really insane.
I don't know what that is.
We're gonna try it one more time. Once again, if you can draw something or write something out for us, Peggy, tell us who you are. What type of entity are you?
Help us move this planchette to draw a symbol, a picture to show who you are and what your intention is.
A cross.
Peggy, are you showing us exactly your intention?
It's a cross.
Please. Whoa.
What is that? It almost looks like the same as this, except just like bubble letters. What is that?
Something.
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. We'll throw it up on screen right now. That could be a cross to me.
It's weird that both of them were kind of like the same symbol.
Do you think if it is a cross, that could mean like it's a holy thing?
Maybe. Ooh, my god.
She's wearing a cross.
A lot of people say they get the feeling that Peggy doesn't like her cross. We got a lot of things in the obelisk walking up here about like unholiness. Something has to do with the cross, but I don't know if it's a good thing. But there is one way to find out.
You take the cross off.
Zak Bagans himself actually gave us permission to take her out of her exhibit and hold her. Maybe this experience will allow us to feel the true energy that Peggy has that nobody else has felt before.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans of Sam and Colby, I hereby give this opportunity to Sam and Colby to officially open the case of Peggy the doll and hold her. After that, it's all on you.
You see, I know Zach said it had nothing to do with their subscriber count, but here's the thing. If you didn't think about subscriber count, why pick the biggest fucking paranormal channel I can think of? You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Maybe Sam and Colby truly deserve to have this done. That's fine. If Zach feels that way, 100%. But it is kind of like that's exactly why he let them do it. Is because there's been probably, I think, hasn't there been more than just Sam and Colby who's investigated? Because I feel like there's probably been more. Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum Investigation, right? Paranormalish Jojo Wright's been there. The Terrifying Stories Behind Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum Collection. Lights Out has been there. Not really exposed. We actually looked at Peggy's Eyes, so this is Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum too. Okay, so it's clearly obvious that not many people have investigated Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. Sam and Colby's is by far the biggest video that's ever been filmed there, by far, not even close. 78,000 views, 163,000 views, 5.8 million views, and then you come up to here to Zach, their investigation there, and it was 20 million views. It makes sense why he picked them. I'm not saying Zach is lying about his reasons, but for me, it looks obvious why he decided to choose Sam and Colby to be the ones to pull Peggy out of the thing, because he knows that video is probably going to do very well. Very, very well. How many views actually does that have already? It's already up to 4 million views, going up even higher, okay? So I wanted to point that out really quick. Was it a big deal? I guess not to some people, but I feel like I at least had to point it out that these guys are the biggest. He should definitely, Zach should definitely invite other kinds of investigators to investigate the museum. I think it would, if it is really haunted, it would help obviously determine if it's really haunted with other people who might be more doubtful to come in and actually do something here.
It's time to take her out of the exhibit.
All right.
Are we ready?
Let's do it. Oh my God. I think it's harder to breathe already.
Peggy, again, we don't mean to disrespect you at all. We come here just to hear your story. That's all we want to do. I'm going to reach in here, I'm going to grab you, but I'm asking you to not attach yourself to me at all. Do not give me any health problems. Do not give me any bad luck.
Seriously though, remember what Zach said. This is serious. It's one thing to investigate around Peggy. It's another thing to look her in the eye, but nobody actually holds Peggy the doll.
Here we go.
Let's try to make this quick.
Oh. Her eyes.
Oh, fuck.
That scared me.
And then they open back up. Whoa, what do you feel?
This is almost like a surreal moment.
She's finally out of the exhibit. This is a historical moment for sure.
I feel strangely calm. She's a lot lighter than expected. I'm getting like a weird feeling that she was just misunderstood. Like she was misunderstood in life and in the afterlife.
One way to find out though.
Gonna make Sam hold Peggy's hand. I'm gonna hold her just like this, so it's creating a circuit.
Touch Peggy, like on her arm, and touch the spirit box.
Like a conduit.
Yeah, I'm giving you like directions to like get the most easiest attachment. I feel bad, but hey, you guys are here for a reason, right?
All right, were we just communicating with you, Peggy, with the writing planchette? Was that you?
He's back around the world.
Around the world. Who's back? Is there somebody else in this room?
People.
How many entities or people are there in this room?
About 5.
5. What were you trying to draw us using the writing planchette? Do all these 5 spirits here possess Peggy? Are you all using Peggy as a vessel? Why do you use Peggy as a vessel?
Target
other people? How many spirits use Peggy as a vessel?
Me.
Me. So maybe just one?
I lead.
What are your intentions? Why do you need Peggy?
Attraction?
Are you trying to attract people towards you? Do you enjoy that you're part of a museum?
This room.
Attract people to this room. But what's your intention? Why do you want people to come to this room? Is it true that you're
I'm trying to...
It's known that Peggy gives people bad luck or health problems. Is that your intention? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Are you the only spirit controlling
Whoa.
Peggy? It says it leads, but maybe there's something else.
No.
Who else is controlling Peggy?
Can't do it.
Whoever's leading is overpowering this other thing controlling Peggy.
I just hear a bunch of laughing.
It could be who Peggy was in real life and or a demonic entity in the afterlife who just took control.
Haha, been waiting for.
How long do you plan to be with Peggy? Are you trapped in her forever?
Not now. Key. There's two.
Your only intention is just to do bad things to people, but why? What do you get out of doing this?
New home.
New home? Always looking for an attachment. Have you ever been taken out of your box before?
This is it.
This is the only time. Looking for a new home?
Last time.
There's no fucking way it's saying that. Are you trying to attach yourself to us right now?
You stupid.
I'm not talking to whatever malevolent entity is here. I'm talking to actually Peggy, the Peggy in real life. Is there something trying to harm us? Does something want to attach itself?
I walk away.
Okay, we can't do this anymore. This is not good.
Oh, fuck.
Just like we researched, there's two entities haunting Peggy. Its whole purpose is having bad intentions and getting people to come to the museum so that it can attach itself to as many people as possible and spread this negativity.
I mean, that's kind of exactly what Zach said. He was
Exactly.
like, dude, like, you were literally setting yourself up, and especially by us holding hands and stuff. He said that was, like, literally the way to get an attachment. Oh my god, wait. Remember, I don't know where exactly we learned this. I think it was from the Conjuring House, but lower back pain while doing an investigation is one of the first signs of attachment. Peggy, thank you for talking with us.
Wait. Lower back pain is a first sign of an attachment in a haunted, like in an investigation. I'm not saying they were saying that as factual. I don't know if they believe that themselves. You get lower back pain when you're sitting on these very uncomfortable wooden chairs. You get back pain when you're walking around nonstop, investigating, holding a camera. I don't get that. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Unless you were like, you had lower back pain in the sense that something actually like gashed your back, your lower back. I don't know how muscles getting sore from walking around constantly and investigating and standing perfectly still for a good portion of the time, which is what you're doing in investigations, would be a first sign of a demonic attachment or just an attachment. That made no sense to me and almost felt like exactly what it sounded like, which is, of course, that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's a typical kind of answer that would make anybody be a little bit nervous. The second they get lower back pain now in an investigation, they're going to be like, something's trying to attach itself to me. I've had lower back pains investigating. I never once thought it was an attachment. And as someone who actually has gone out there and done one investigation, actually two, nothing. It's not. It's that, no. I don't buy that one bit.
So you cannot attach yourself to us. You cannot go home with us. You must stay here in the museum.
You have to stay here. And to the real life Peggy, thank you so much for communicating. Thank you for all the answers that you've given us tonight. But again, nothing evil possessing this doll can follow us home or harm us in any way.
Oh my god.
Goodbye, Peggy. Thank you.
Bye.
Now my favorite part of the trip, time to see Robert. Let's go.
But the real investigation was just beginning. Colby just didn't know it.
Alright guys, so there's actually a second point to this video that I'm kind of trying to keep away from Colby. I just thought because if we are going to the 3 most haunted dolls in the world, it would be the perfect opportunity to create the most powerful environment that we've ever been in. Like, if there's ever a time that we're going to prove the paranormal, it's this. I am trying to get that moment where someone like causes me to levitate or throws me up against a wall or something like that. And I think that's this opportunity. We know that Peggy will haunt people through a photo or a video, and we know that Robert curses people who takes photos. So my plan is to take a picture of both these next haunted dolls and bring them to Annabelle and hopefully combine the energy of all 3 haunted dolls and see what happens. I have no idea if that's gonna do anything, but if we're gonna do this, let's go big. Sorry, Colby, you're gonna see this in the future.
Alright. What's up, Peggy? Real quick, I have Polaroid photos, so while he's packing up, I'm gonna do a really quick picture and take it with us. Say cheese.
Second doll, Robert.
Alright guys, we flew down here
together to Key West, Florida to revisit our old friend, Robert the Doll, which may or may not be the worst decision we'll ever make.
I mean, remember last time we were in this very hallway, you were dry heaving everywhere?
I almost just throw up.
Yeah. If you take a photo of Robert the Doll without permission, you will be cursed until you apologize. Just to prove that, the museum has received over 10,000 apology letters from those who disrespected Robert. Some of these curses include sickness, car accidents, career setbacks, and even relationship problems.
But specifically, Robert is known to give you cancer. Yeah, we may or may not have had one of the worst years of bad luck in our entire lives, which is why we came back to apologize to Robert himself.
And to figure out how involved he really was in all of those horrible experiences. So let's get into it.
Let's go.
They say he's the world's most haunted doll. 1904, he arrives in Key West from Germany, and he's given as a gift to a little boy. That was Robert Eugene Otto. The boy becomes obsessed with the doll. He gives him his name, Robert.
Robert and Jean became best friends, spending hours a day talking to each other. The Otto family even said that they would hear two distinct voices, one that was childlike, but then one that was deep and raspy.
Whenever Gene would do something bad or get in trouble, he would blame it on Robert the doll, which is a big theory of why Robert has become negative over time.
And his catchphrase becomes, I didn't do it, Robert did it.
At night, Gene's parents would hear furniture moving around, and when they came into the room, they would find their kid crying and cowering in the corner. Some stories even say that the parents witnessed their own son being pinned down to the bed by Robert. Doors would close on their own, silverware would be warped, and some even believe that when they look Robert in the eyes, his facial expression changes.
The school kids used to go by the house, and they'd look up and they'd see Robert in the window moving around on his own.
And in the last decade of Gene's life, he would spend most of his time alone in the attic talking to Robert the doll. Robert the doll was Gene's best friend in life, and now maybe in the afterlife. He was donated to this museum in 1994 and has been locked away ever since.
Footprints have even been spotted leading away from Robert's glass case, meaning there's a possibility that Robert is walking around in this museum at 3 a.m. Our guide, David, has gotten so many attachments from working with Robert that he claims to have levitated 5 feet off the ground.
He's in that case right there.
Oh, God.
Dude, I'm not kidding. My heart is like genuinely pounding.
That makes sense. There's a lot of horrific things that happened after we made that mistake. We were just kind of pushing every boundary.
I'm not saying that Robert was the one that gave us such bad luck in 2023, but if there is a chance that he did, we're about to come face to face with him again.
Hopefully he likes us more this time. I mean, the whole goal of coming back here is to get back on his good side, so it doesn't happen again.
We can't disrespect him.
For everybody watching at home, if you do not want to look at Robert, this is your warning right now.
We won't show him, but just throughout this video, be warned, he is known to curse people who would take pictures or film him without permission. Robert, we're going to take off this covering, but before we come face to face with you once again, we just want to say that we come here with the utmost respect. We want answers, we want to apologize, but firstly, we want to ask your permission to film you, film our experiences, film our interaction, our conversation with you tonight. So, with your permission, we'll proceed.
Okay, ready?
But did he ever give them permission? I guess they just asked if they could, but they never got permission. I just found that was weird. And not just with Sam and Colby, just like in general, when they ask, like, with your permission, we want to proceed. What if actually Robert said, you know, I'm not feeling it today, but they didn't hear it and they still do it? Now he's pissed.
This is fucked. 3, 2, 1.
This one feels different.
If Robert was the one who affected us in our personal lives so deeply, we cannot mess around. This is the most powerful, darkest thing we've ever encountered. I can't even think about it. It's so scary.
Well, again, in order not to get cursed, we can't film or take pictures of him without his permission. So I say first thing, we ask him if he wants to talk to us and who he wants to talk to tonight.
I
Alright guys, I actually came out here to give you an update on my plan. Not only am I going to take another photo of Robert with the Polaroid camera tonight, I have something new. When we left Vegas, I brought 2 voodoo dolls of ourselves. They literally have Colby and I's faces on it. We actually use this on our React channel. We like opened it up and put it in a Dybbuk box. But these are not just random regular dolls. They were made specifically to hold our spirits. I brought these for a special plan. Hopefully what happens is I'm able to use both this picture and the Robert the Doll picture to haunt the dolls and bring the voodoo dolls over to Annabelle to create the biggest paranormal storm ever created. I need this. I want to prove it to you guys. I want to push the bar. This is an opportunity that I cannot pass up.
All right, guys, so we got equipment set up. Sam's gonna be using the music box. I'm gonna be using the static box, and we're gonna let Robert choose who he wants.
I've been just sitting here trying to think of his plan. Put all photos together of the dolls, and apparently this is going to open a magnitude of just energy or whatever. Like, he's pretty much begging to be cursed, right? Is apparently something they're also trying to avoid. And if they do believe, if they really believed that Colby's testicular cancer was caused by one of these dolls, why the hell would you want to risk something even worse happening? You know what I mean? Like, if this was me in this situation, and I actually believe personally that I got cancer from this doll, I would have apologized, and that would have been it. I would not have even attempted to do an investigation. I would have been done. I would have been like, you know, please forgive me, whatnot. Like, so far, it's an entertaining video. There's actually some cool vibes here I like. I like the concept of this demonic doll challenge. But at the same time, I'm like, you're either concerned about the safety of yourselves or you're not. I don't know. I'm just talking.
To talk to under the SS method tonight.
Robert, if you would like to speak with one of us tonight, you can do so by showing us. If you walk right next to me, I'll be able to know that you want to talk to me. If you want to go up to this device in front of Colby, we'll know that you want to talk to him.
Wasn't Robert possessed by 2 spirits?
There's many a theory, but we can actually talk to the owner here later about like the theories of what he thinks is going on. I just thought about this. We haven't come in and apologized to him yet, so maybe he's still angry with us.
Well, Robert, we are planning on apologizing and having a deeper conversation with you. Now's your chance to show us who you want to talk to specifically. Dude, I remember last time I was here too. I did an investigation right there by myself. It's just crazy to like think back on all those memories and realize how far we've come in just like a year and a half.
And how much has changed in our lives since Robert the Doll first video. Robert, if there's a big part of you that doesn't want to talk to us tonight, you can give us a different sign rather than coming up to one of our pieces of equipment. But if you'd like to talk to us, walk on either side or make something move on either side of your case.
What if he's still upset? Like you said, like what if he just doesn't even want to entertain a conversation? He's like, oh, it's these guys again. They came and like disrespected me last time.
I mean, he could be still angry. We don't know. It might be a good idea to start with an apology rather than starting with this investigation.
I didn't even tell you this, but I wrote a letter.
You wrote like an actual letter?
Again, I'm not saying that he caused all of the bad things that happened in my life in 2023, but if he did, like I just wanted to be safe and cover myself.
Maybe we need to start with the
Okay, well, you know what? I'll give him credit. He did say that he's not saying it is. He's just, if it was the case, he's going to cover himself. I respect that. I understand completely.
Before we do any further investigation.
Coming from somebody who, again, believes in the paranormal, also believes in the logic. He's like, I don't know if it was, but if just in case if it was, I'm going to go ahead and make a proper apology. Okay, fair. Fair.
Yeah. You guys know what happened to me in 2023. Do you believe that Robert the Doll cursed me?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the intention of your guys' video was to come in and see if he would do it. I think you opened yourself up.
When I was writing the book about Robert, I started having issues. My life became hell, and I came up to the museum with a psychic. She told me, Robert's telling me he wants to give you cancer. Right when she said that, I felt like somebody took a knife and jammed it into my groin. It was so painful, I had to go outside. So when I saw what happened to you, it took me back then. I'm like, absolutely, this is Robert's way of doing it. And he's doing it to you instead. And listen, I think your ride's just starting because you've given them a new level of power. You've given them a lot of energy because a lot of people have seen what you're doing with Robert.
Sometimes people get in car trouble, their flights get canceled, but you guys invited millions of people to see this.
Right.
And now I think these dark entities look at you as a partner in crime.
All right. what did you think of that? That was a lot.
Kidding? Like, before we do anything else, we have to apologize.
This is really fucked.
That's messed up. When it comes to like my personal life, and to hear him saying that, yes, I without a doubt believe that happened to you because of Robert.
And that he says the curse is not lifted, if not even getting worse.
I can't let something like that affect my mental health for the rest of my life, so I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna apologize, I'm gonna be completely sincere and honest with him that I do not want anything but to respect him, and I'm gonna pray to God and ask help from this child spirit to follow me for the rest of my life, because I'm not kidding, like, I didn't really think about the repercussions until right now. He literally just said, like, yes, this doll gave you cancer. In my head, I was always being like, well, maybe that was...
Yeah, but you can't just go by what this guy says, like it's a factual thing. I got no disrespect to this man, but obviously he ain't doing you any favors by building up your fear, you know, calling you a partner in crime with these demons. It sounds like he does his job pretty well, building up the fear of this doll and getting people really thinking. Even a story where he like compared his groin pain to Colby getting testicular cancer, yet he is the author of a book that came out about Robert the doll. I'm pretty sure it said author. I don't know. Truly, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and continue, guys. We're going to go ahead and continue.
Was the thing, maybe, but like hearing somebody so confidently say like, yes, dude, we have to take this.
But that's because he believes in it. But just because you believe in it, that doesn't mean it's real. Okay? I believe in the paranormal. It's not like I'm sitting here pretending that everything that happens in my personal life is automatically a ghost. You know, I've heard creaks and bangs in this house. That does not mean it was a ghost. Do I believe it's a ghost? Yes, because there are some things I can't genuinely explain, and I don't know where it came from. But does that mean it's a ghost? No. There could be an explanation for it. Yes, he told you confidently that, yes, Robert was the reason why you have had testicular cancer. But that doesn't mean that really is the case. He's obviously somebody who has a lot of respect and shows a lot of admiration for Robert the doll. Of course he's going to tell you that. Of course he's going to tell you that. Now, people are going to lose their minds in the comment section saying, well, you know, you can't say this, that, and this. You know, you're not right all the time. No, I'm not. I'm not pretending I am. These are my thoughts. This guy kind of put this unnecessary idea. It was already good enough that Colby believed that, look, I'm not saying it was, but I'm going to go ahead and treat it like it was just so I can. But now this guy comes in and says he was the reason why you had it. 100%.
Seriously, like, I need to go apologize. It sounded like there might be a glimpse of hope for me if I'm sincere about it and I really pour my heart into it. And that's what I did in this letter. So not kidding, before we do anything else tonight, any investigations, before I even like look him in the eyes again, I'm going to apologize right now.
Unfortunately, our guy didn't think that would be enough.
I'm not convinced that an apology is going to be enough, and time will tell.
Do you have any recommendations on, like, what do you
And
think?
time will tell. You realize, man, that anything bad that happens in Colby's life now, he's going to automatically go back as it to being Robert the doll being responsible. Do you think my life is perfect? No, I go through shit all the time. My car broke down at Walmart last night. Battery died. I had to have someone come down there and jumpstart it. I'm not going to blame Robert the doll for why that happened, or Peggy the doll because I looked into her eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like, that shit happens. As fucked up as it is to say, as horrible as to say, no matter what the situation is, stuff happens, and we just learn to deal with it at the time, get through it, and move on. That does not mean a doll was responsible for why Colby went through this horrific event. But this guy speaking so confidently about it, he's a guide. They just said he was a guide there. And he's still building up the fear of it.
Woodwork?
To lift the curse from both of us and even Nate, who was here last night.
Well, I tell you, sincerity is the biggest part of it. I can see talking to you how freaked out you were by everything.
Oh, for sure.
If there's even that little bit of, I don't believe this, then... So I'd appeal to the child spirit and ask for protection and ask for the curse to be removed.
Oh my God.
Time to do.
So this apology is not going to work. Okay. Time will tell. How can you determine if Robert is responsible? You really can't determine it. That's why it's so important to put the Robert in the back of the mind. He's going to go home and hit his shin on the bedpost and then view that as bad luck because of Robert. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. I know people are going to lose their minds in the comment section. Look, I have a lot of respect for Robert the doll. I have a lot of respect for everybody in this video, but I do not buy that one bit.
We've flown all the way here to try to lift a curse that's lasted for the last year and a half. You ready?
I'm ready.
Dear Robert, first off, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come visit you again. I acknowledge your power. I know you could have stopped us if you really wanted to. So thank you. Thank you for giving me the chance to come back here and apologize to you. I hope we can make things right between us. Last year was by far the most difficult year of our entire lives. Everything changed for us, both for the better and for worse. When I was diagnosed with cancer in January of 2023, it didn't feel real. I was at my lowest physically, mentally, and emotionally. It was a wake-up call that even with everything I was going through, to realize I had to live my life to the fullest. My cancer journey was the toughest thing I've ever been through, but for all the pain that it brought, it also brought Sam and I closer than ever. It reminded me that I have the best friend anyone could ask for, and I'm proud to call him my brother for life. So Robert, I'm not sure if you cursed me or not, but I do know that everything happens for a reason. I know I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life and make the most of it, so here it is. Robert, I am so sorry that I disrespected you. I didn't understand your power and should have never taken that lightly. I'm truly, genuinely sorry. I really, really hope that you can accept my apology. Your friend, Colby.
Feel good?
Yeah, it feels a lot better, but I just really hope he accepts it. The fact that there's like a huge theory that he might be like a portal and there's just like constant dark energies that are attaching to him. I just hope like he knows, or whatever child spirit is with him takes that genuinely and
It was actually
seriously and protects you and I for the rest of our lives. Because with this haunted stuff, like, we never mean to disrespect. Yes, we push the line. Yes, we want to show as many of you guys watching this as possible that the paranormal is real, and so we do some crazy stuff. But when it comes to our personal life, and especially me getting cancer, it's no joke. Like, I've got to, like, I don't know, I just can't. I don't want to put myself in the mind space that could ever happen again. I feel better, but it's genuinely scary.
Maybe we just ask, what if we do an investigation, maybe do an Estes method, and just be frank with him. Straight up, does he accept our apology or not? We aren't going to leave until we get an answer, just so you can make sure you feel good about this.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Pressure the evil doll. If he's going to accept the apology or not. So you're going to accept it, you're going to accept it, you're going to accept it, you're going to accept it. We're not leaving until you... Do you realize why that is just going to do Colby more harm than good? Leave it at that. If you feel better about at least apologizing, leave it at that, and then go on from there. You apologized. Who cares what this guide says? I don't care what he says at all. I genuinely feel bad. And that's because this level of fear that could be going through this guy's mind after experiencing what he went through. Again, my heart does go out for him because I could not imagine what that must have been like going through. Pretty sure he went through chemo. He went through all this stuff, dealing with it. Even like ice bagging his head so his hair would remain. What a process. Horrible. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And then just to add that level of fear. Do you understand why my frustrations here about that guide building up Colby's fear like that? I personally do not like it. Look, I don't agree with everything that Sam and Colby does, but I do not care for that. Colby was already, like, in the middle, whether he believed this was really a paranormal influence or whatever have you, and just it being a natural, I have testicular cancer. And now this guy's in here saying, oh, it was him, and I'm not even sure if an apology is going to work. I think you screwed yourself. I know people are going to hate me saying that. I think that was shit. I don't think that was right to do to him. Yeah, I don't know.
Some people believe that Robert is just a reflection of negativity that was generated from being blamed so much whenever Jean would do something wrong throughout childhood. Or maybe Robert is just a vessel because dolls closely resemble humans, which makes spirits want to attach to them.
But others think Robert is a portal, connecting human and non-human spirits to come through to the other side. But there might be a child spirit keeping this portal in check. Our guide David believes that there are multiple shadow entities protecting this child spirit if Robert ever feels disrespected.
People assume Robert's just one entity, but he's not. Certain psychics have come here and they said that there's a portal inside of Robert. And so you have this innocent child who is the main spirit. That's the daughter of Emmeline Abbott, who was the servant. But then you have these two main protectors. People describe them as these 8-foot-tall creatures. When you disrespect the child, it's almost like the child comes and like tags you with a sticky tar. And then these guys come out and they latch onto you and they stay with you. And they'll affect your thoughts and they'll affect your health. The only way to get them off of you is to apologize.
But you just said you don't know if an apology is going to work. The only way to get him off you is to apologize. Yet apologizing might not do you any good. But that's the only way to get him off. You see why I'm having a hard time buying it? But you know what this reminds me of? I'm thinking of the movie House of a Thousand Corpses, where the one guy's asking Otis at the dinner table, where is Dr. Satan's tree, you know, burial site? And Otis goes and says something like, boy, I bet you'd stick your head in the fire if I told you could see hell. I'm just like, that's exactly what I think. The guy, he's saying, you know, psychics, everything the psychics were saying were pretty much factual. Yeah, I want to apologize to everybody. I don't really want to, I don't want to apologize. I want to just say this is how I feel. And it kind of aggravated me.
So we're about to do the Estes method, but as we were grabbing our equipment, the guides gave us a shot that was specifically made for Robert. They told us to take one and then go pour one for Robert. So we just did that. So if you guys want to see that whole process, us taking the shot and then apologizing again to Robert, go to exploreclub.com. Also on Explore Club, there's just tons of behind the scenes, lots of new investigations, live streams, giveaways, podcasts. We have so much content on there, so click down below, check it out.
But before our investigation, our guide has a warning for our viewers, grade.
It seems like he's growing stronger and that the curse is extending beyond.
So do you believe that he can curse people through a screen? Does he have that sort of power? Or is it mostly...
If people go out of their way to disrespect him and try to see if it's real, then yeah, I think he would be inclined to mess with them.
So by all means, I should be a target right now for saying what I've said about the tour guide and trying to prove that what he's saying is more of fearmonger than anything else. So technically, I'm underestimating the power of Robert the Doll by saying this. Look, I have no disrespect for Robert, but I'm also somebody who's firmly believing that there are some things that are not right here. But obviously, if something ever happens to me, I don't want you guys to start thinking that Robert had anything to do with it, because personally, I don't believe that Robert would have anything to do with it.
So if you do disrespect him, these shadow entities will follow you forever.
We'll see, won't we? Okay, Robert's eyes will be fully visible the rest of the video. Please do not disrespect Robert if you do not wish to be cursed. I've probably disrespected him a lot, technically, here.
Okay, guys.
By underestimating him.
It is now time for the Estes method. This is also the time that we are going to be showing Robert the Doll's face. So make sure you do not disrespect him if you don't want to be cursed.
This is our warning to you right now. We're going to show him in 3, 2, 1.
We have Colby's apology right here. We figured it'd make the most sense if Colby goes under and is the direct contact with Robert. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's see.
Let's do it.
The Estes method.
Robert, if we are talking to you and you would like to speak with us tonight, please let Colby know through these headphones, the spirit box. Robert, or anybody with Robert, are you here?
Something's trying to talk.
We really wish to contact the spirit of Robert, possibly the spirit of Gene Otto. Is he here? Is there any other? Hi, thank you for talking with us. What kind of spirit are we talking to right now? Are you human or non-human? What type of spirit are we speaking with?
Friend? Something like dude, friend, or something.
Thank you. Yeah, we want to talk to our friend Robert. If this
Someone has said in the interview about it.
the child spirit. That's exactly what David was talking about.
He left.
Robert, did you accept Colby's apology?
Fun.
We really want to talk to.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, we really want Robert to fully accept this apology. We don't know if you accepted it last time. Can you give us some sort
You
of...
can't expect another level.
Robert, were you the one that cursed us last year? Did you cause the misfortune in 2023?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Robert, are you glad that we came
Wow.
back? We came back
Interesting.
to apologize. Are you happy to see us?
Always.
Okay, that's good. So do you accept this apology? Colby really poured his heart out and was very, very sincere. Do you accept this apology?
Time will tell, I think.
What type of spirit are you?
Today on Try. Did you mean it?
We came here with the utmost respect just to apologize.
Don't lie to me.
No, we did, but we spent a long time writing out this letter, really thinking about it. We've been preparing for this.
God is trusting you.
I feel like he doesn't believe us. What will happen if you don't accept our apology? Could it get any worse?
Just like laughter.
What will happen if I take a picture of you, Robert?
I dare you.
I've taken a picture of Peggy. I would love to bring a picture of you as well to the Annabelle doll. What do you think of that idea?
Faith.
I just want to prove something to the world. Will you help me do that? I want to see if you'll help me show the world.
Jump in.
Do you know who Annabelle is?
Oh, I'll be there.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Robert. Are you scared?
It's all connected.
Everything's connected, or the dolls? Do you mean to say Peggy?
You know, I would love.
Annabelle?
They really need to put a microphone inside the Estes method because, like, again, some of the responses they are getting are really nuts. They really need to put a microphone, and I'm pretty sure a lot of content creators have suggested that for them, or like audience members, and they've heard that suggestion. They need to put a microphone inside their headset so we, the audience, can hear what this thing is saying instead of just listening to what they're hearing, you know, and because we could be interpreting it's something that it's not, right, or whatever have you. So I think that would have been a benefit for sure.
The three most haunted dolls in the world are connected. Can you just confirm that?
Powerful.
How are you guys connected? We heard from Peggy.
We're here from higher up. Oh my God. We're next to one and something.
We had to literally travel across the country.
Coming back for more, and I know.
What do you know? We are coming back from Harvard. We came back to apologize. Do you like the power that our video has given you? The notoriety?
Searching for?
We're just searching for the answer. We're trying to figure out how to prove this to the world. Can you prove that to us, Robert?
If you believe. It's about intention.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Intention, believing. Like, we're gonna see everything come together. I think there is a powerful thing that can happen if we bring all three energies together. Any final word? What do you have to say to Colby before we leave? Will you stay with him, or will you leave him alone once and for all?
Water.
We're surrounded by water right now.
Don't test me. For now. Good.
It's a good thing to not test him for now. Oh my God.
Catching Colby up on almost everything we learned during the Estes session. Almost everything.
Thing of all, as I started mentioning Peggy and Annabelle, he knows them. For some reason, he says they're all connected. They're all next to each other. It's some sort of gateway. Something is connecting all these energies, and I think together they understand that each other is powerful. There is some connection with these types of spirits. Whether that means it is just a gateway up in heaven, or like David said, these dolls, these haunted objects might be portals. I think we need to be very, very careful moving forward, especially going to the most haunted of them all next.
I was gonna say, like, we've seen Peggy multiple times. We've seen Robert twice now, but Annabelle is somebody we've never dealt with before.
And supposedly the most haunted, and we might literally be walking into the greatest paranormal event we've ever been a part of.
But while Colby was packing up, Sam went back to take Robert's picture.
Once again, we're back. I want you to curse this voodoo doll. Come with us to the Annabelle.
I want you to curse this voodoo doll. Isn't that like testing him, though? I want you to curse this voodoo doll. After apparently, supposedly, the doll already said not to test him. Okay.
And finally, we are here at the War Museum to come face to face with the real Annabelle doll, the most famous haunted doll in the world.
Our goal tonight is to figure out how all these dolls are connected and what this demonic energy wants to tell the world.
Yes, guys, we are at the New England Paranormalology Research Center. I've never heard of that word before. As we were flying over here from Robert the Doll, we experienced the worst turbulence ever. Absolutely terrifying. I don't know if that's an omen or something, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, you definitely were looking at me like, oh God, we might actually die today.
No, we were shaken up there. In 1970, a nursing student received a 3-foot-tall Raggedy Ann doll as a gift from her mother, and almost immediately, strange events began to happen around the apartment. It started with the doll moving from room to room on its own, and then little handwritten notes would appear with the words "help us." But then the nurse's boyfriend would have nightmares of the doll climbing onto his bed and strangling him, and then soon after, there was blood found on the back of the doll's hands. They called a psychic medium who told him that the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle was haunting them, trying to get their attention. The spirit of the little girl wanted to enter the Raggedy Ann doll, and the nursing students allowed it. They even treated the doll like their very own child, which made everything much worse.
Later on, the nurse's boyfriend started hearing noises from the other room, so he went to go check on the doll. But when he noticed that no one else was in the room besides Annabelle, he picked up the doll and started shaking it, saying, "You're nothing but a toy." Then immediately he felt a pain and doubled over, screaming. There were 7 bloody claw marks slashed across his chest, 3 vertical and 4 horizontal, and that is when they knew they needed help. So a priest arrived at their apartment with Ed and Lorraine Warren, the 2 most famous demonologists who you might have heard of from our Conjuring series. Ed said there was never a child spirit named Annabelle, and this was actually a demon. One that needed an exorcism ASAP or the students might be killed. The priest blessed the home, and Ed and Lorraine Warren left with a possessed doll, fearing that the evil would never leave Annabelle, even to this day. What's crazy about this location is we are actually having a priest bless us before we even walk inside.
Mocking or antagonizing Annabelle is a potential death sentence. In fact, the owners are so terrified of the doll's power that anytime anybody comes to investigate the museum, they get it blessed by a priest.
My name is Father Bob Bailey. I assist paranormal groups, especially in the area of spiritual warfare.
Great!
I'm going to be blessing with special oil that I bless in honor of St. Joseph. We call him St. Joseph, the terror of demons. So for your protection when you go in.
Appreciate that.
Let me bless you in the name of the Father, the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Mighty God, send your light and your presence. Protect them from harm to come. Send a blessing from the Son of the Holy Spirit. May both of you be protected in His love, in His life, and in His grace. Amen.
All right. See what Annabelle goes
So the
and does.
team here at the War Museum has allowed us to both go in first to go see Annabelle just by ourselves. So we're going to bring a couple pieces of equipment, the
Is that the Conjuring poster folded up and stuck in the window?
obelisk and the REM pod, and go see if she's around before the museum itself gets blessed. We're going to find out what happens.
And I'll give you this, and I'll be waiting to hear you scream. I'm waiting to hear you come back.
Perfect.
That's what I meant.
All right, I'm going.
Good luck.
Here we go. Oh my God. I have seen so many pictures and videos of this place. I never thought I would actually be in here myself. Okay guys, I have the obelisk. I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified right now. I'm starting to shake. I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, but yeah, this place is not good. You can tell. Turning on the obelisk right now. Okay, that's just calibration. It says disease. Famous disease. Providence. All right, so Annabelle is right in front of me. I'm gonna walk up now. Ed? It's a tried Ed. Let me put this down here just for a second. She's a lot bigger than I expected. I think they said when she's standing up, she's 3 feet tall. Viewer discretion. If you do not want to look at Annabelle, I'm about to flip the camera to show you what she looks like for the first time. I cannot believe that thing already said Ed. You guys ready? Look, it says finish. Look away now if you don't want to see. 3, 2, 1. Malicious, right when I turn the camera. Here we go.
The doll's in really good shape for how old it is. Really been taken care of.
It feels surreal being with her for the first time. The real Annabelle doll is right here. Everybody knows Annabelle, especially from the movie. I don't know if you guys remember this, but in the Conjuring house, they have the same exact box where it says, warning, positively do not open. And they have this devil tarot card as well. Cross above it. Angry. Guys, I'm not even holding the obelisk and it said malicious and angry already. Look at all the artifacts around here. Ed and Lorraine were famous demonologists, not ghost hunters, so there's a couple demonologist books. Let me get poltergeist right after I said that, no way. All the scary artifacts, look at this, guys. I don't even know what that thing is up there on the right. It says root. There's a Bible right here, thank God they have that. I'm gonna put the obelisk right here in front of her and ask a couple questions. Annabelle, I come here with all the respect in the world. I promise to not disrespect you. Reveal. I'm only here. Call
call lasting. This thing's going crazy and I'm not even touching it. I'm only here to hear any sort of message that you want to give people.
Seller. Master. This is absolutely insane how much this is going off. I do not understand. It's been a long time since it's gotten this crazy.
Annabelle, we're only going to be here for tonight, so if you would like to communicate with us, please let me know. If this is you...
Faster.
It's known faster. I'm not sure because there's so many other haunted objects in here if this is you talking to me, which we're gonna figure out very soon, but again, I just come with respect. I'm just here to show you to as many people as possible and hear whatever you have to say. There was like a big crack on the roof as soon as I said that. I've been in here for about 10 minutes now. I'm gonna put down a REM pod for Sam and then let him go and experience this for himself. I don't know if you noticed this, but as soon as I stopped talking to Annabelle, the obelisk stopped saying words completely. Turning on REM pod. I'm also going to take this back and give it to Sam as I go. Thank you, Annabelle. Immediately went off. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. It's your turn, and the REM pod just went off. It said Ed, malicious, it said angry, all while I was in there. It's your turn. I'm leaving.
Sorry, I know, like...
Return, and the REM pod just went off. It said Ed, malicious, it said angry, all while I was in there.
Ed?
It said Ed, as I was in there.
Dude, you're like shaking.
It's terrifying in there. You'll feel it.
It's not making me any more excited.
No, as soon as you walk in, like, you can feel a difference. So here's that. It's ready for you.
I don't like going second, but this sucks.
All right.
Today, Annabelle is known to mess with electronics, possess people, and heighten negative emotion. Allegedly, there was even a case where a man disrespected Annabelle and on his way home crashed his motorcycle and died.
Which apparently there was never any documentation for, by the way. So you can't prove that that even happened. Like, people have done research and cannot find it. And you would think that there would be some sort of news coverage or something somewhere talking about a motorcycle accident. But no, apparently there isn't any. So, if you ever find anything, you know, leave a link down in the comment section. But to my knowledge, I have not seen anything myself.
Good luck.
Here we go, guys.
Said malicious and angry.
Yeah, don't need the reminder. Oh my god.
Yep, watch it.
Ooh, musty. Hello. Oh my god. All the Conjuring stuff. Ed and Lorraine Warren. Release. Release and Shaken. Over there is Annabelle. We were told by a couple of our buddies who have seen... Unholy! Oh my god! Unholy cube. Multiple of our friends said that as soon as they looked at her, they got a pain in their chest. I'm gonna get my first impression on camera. I see it in my peripheral. Oh god, this is scary. Annabelle, I'm gonna look at you now. Oh my god, that's way bigger than I expected. Years and years of hearing about Annabelle. Holy fuck, and there's a doll right there too. Hello, Annabelle. Raggedy Ann doll puts a hex on 3. Annabelle, if you have anything to say, you can tell me through this device, or you can come up to this little red light and you can show that you're here. We come here with the utmost respect. We just want some answers. We want to show the world, so if you want to tell your purpose or a message to everybody here that's watching, you can tonight. And thank you for allowing us in your museum. What's really crazy, Colby just said that this was going off a ton, and as soon as I turn around it says unholy, but then nothing else. Annabelle, if you want to say anything, I have this piece of equipment, the obelisk right here. You can.
Sorry I'm not talking too much, guys. I'm just kind of trying to focus on Annabelle. Annabelle actually, out of all the dolls, I think has had the least amount of stuff happen around it, which is not really surprising because, like, in even the overnight video, they didn't really do a whole lot.
If not, it's okay.
And all they're using is the obelisk, so there's not...
Oh my god. This is like, I think the Annabelle from the actual movie. They definitely had like a different...
Yep, it's a replica. No, it's not. No, it's not a replica. It's, they had a couple of the dolls on set.
Oh, and now it starts going off? What the fuck? It's almost like it didn't want me to look over there. It was like, you're looking at the wrong Annabelle. We know. It's you. We want to talk to you. I just want to know, do you want to talk to us tonight? We've heard you're the most famously haunted doll in the world. We want to give you the stage if you want to prove that to us tonight. If you want to tell us any message. I'm getting a feeling that Annabelle doesn't like me, which is really strange because I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I've just been feeling off today. I don't know. just feels not very comfortable here. I guess that is a given.
Yeah, it is actually.
Very weird. In comparison,
When you go into these locations, I don't imagine your mind is going to be filled with gumdrops and lollipops. You know what I mean? Yeah, immediately when you go in one of these buildings, you're already thinking like you are coming across some of the most insane things, insane paranormal objects in the world. So like, yeah.
That was like one of the most active things you've ever had for the obelisk. It said like 3 words. The one word before it stops saying everything, unholy. The only word. And then it stops. For
And this is malicious right when I point the camera at her, too.
My name is Dan Rivera. I'm the senior lead investigator for NESPR, founded by Ed and Lorraine Warren. What's in here? There are attachments to these items. Not good. We believe that there are no human spirits that could attach to any of these objects.
So you're saying every single spirit that would be in this museum would have to be a non-human energy?
Non-human.
Do you believe that...
Why do you? But I'm curious. Why do you believe a human spirit cannot attach itself to any of these items? Like that, I'm confused about.
Items, but more specifically, Annabelle is still dangerous to this day.
To this day?
Yeah.
Annabelle just told you. Annabelle, that doll over there. Just be respectful when you're in here and you're communicating with these items. Respect it because they're not going to respect you. For instance, the shadow doll. The shadow doll was created to place curses on your enemies. So a witch doctor created this doll, and what he would do is he would take a picture of this doll, put it in an envelope, seal it, and send it to the person he wants to be cursed.
Oh my God.
What will happen is he wrote a curse on the back of that photo. That person did not have to read that curse. As soon as they opened up that envelope, they took upon that curse. And it's known that this doll will stop your heart in the middle of the night in your dreams.
Oh my God.
It's only done by a witch doctor who knows the ritual of that curse.
Thank God.
That could
Like
perform that.
again, I would love to see documentation, like proof of this. Like the only thing we're going off of are the words of people, and that's just not. Like I'm genuinely curious to know if this is real. Like don't get me wrong, I'm genuinely curious, but there's nothing besides just listening to a bunch of folklore. Well, this is what would happen. How do you know that? Do you know what I mean? Like that's where my mind is with a lot of these people who even run some of these museums. Where do you know this from? How do you know this? Where's the documentation? Where's the proof? It's a scary ghost story that you can tell around a campfire at that point. I feel like I'm aggravating a lot of people. I'm aggravating myself actually, but it's like
We're chilling. Sounds good.
Oh, we both at the same time.
Like I was telling you guys before, once you start talking about these items,
A red pot on top of the shadow doll and one over by Annabelle right now.
Right.
They're both going off right now.
as soon as you start talking about it, you're giving them that attention. I believe that they play off each other.
Do you think they compete?
Look, I think that's what they're doing. They're competing for that attention. This is not a joke. When I say these artifacts are in here for a reason, they're in here for a reason. Our job is to educate the public that evil does exist.
oh, it does. It does. I believe that too.
Adjutorium nostrum in nomine Domini qui feci caelum et terram. Domini exalteratione meam et clamor meus ad te venia. I command in the name of Jesus Christ, and I bind any spirits that are contained in these artifacts to stay where they are and to do no harm to these 2 young men. I forbid any interplay. I forbid any harm to be done to them, and I bind them in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
I mean, it's
Well, thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome.
Bob.
opening the case. So they're actually going to open Annabelle's case.
All right, guys, before we do the Estes method with Annabelle's cage open, we did a secret investigation on Explore Club, so click down below.
Nice.
You're not going to want to miss it. It was absolutely insane. SamColby.com, go check it out. To this day, the owners are the only ones who are allowed to touch Annabelle, and they're only able to hold her with welding gloves doused in holy water.
The equipment's probably gonna go off while I'm talking about this. So.
Wow. Speaking of,
These are the gloves that I use when I handle the objects in this museum. But within these gloves and each finger is a holy relic. These were blessed at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Wade had these made for me, for my protection, because I didn't have a good experience with Annabelle when I moved Annabelle originally. I've gotten into a car accident because of this doll. Not just one, it was quite a few. Every time I moved this doll, it was always an accident.
Do you ever hear tapping on the glass? Because when we were over here, it sounded like something was tapping.
There's tapping, knocking in here when you least expect.
Why the hell are you still holding the doll at that point then? For every time you hold that doll, there's been an accident? Oh my god.
It.
Almost on cue.
We heard growls coming from up on the second loft there.
Oh, whoa.
You know, there was one time I heard.
Jeez, my phone just vibrated at the same time as that scared me.
In front of the house. I don't know if that was coming from the museum. I made this case with 3 crosses on there that represents the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now, within the case itself, behind Annabelle, scribed into the walls, is the Lord's Prayer. Infused in the stain is holy water and holy oil. All that helps contain whatever's attached to Annabelle. But if I do open this case, it will only be open for like 5 to 10 minutes. It wants that identity. You know, any of these objects in here, they want that identity. They want that power. It will play on your emotions. Sometimes it'll get you to go against each other. It wants to energize the environment.
You guys said this is a...
So let me guess. Something is going to happen with Sam and Colby that are going to make them go against each other. That's the first time I'm hearing about this from Annabelle. That's going to make people go against you. That's the first time I'm hearing about that.
Traveling case, so do you not even like take her? You don't even like take it out like when you travel?
No,
Jumpy.
It stays in this box.
Whoa.
When I start talking about protection or even mentioning the name of Jesus Christ,
oh my God.
The device.
It out like when you travel?
No, it stays in this box.
Well, unless, you know,
When I start talking about.
there was that one time when, whatever his name was, the guy who's actually like, who was married to Ed and Lorraine Warren's kid, he took the doll to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. And it was just in a suitcase. So, I mean, it doesn't stay in the box all the time. I mean, probably now it does. But there was that one time I remember when they took it in a suitcase and, yeah, took it to Zach Bagans' Museum.
Protection or even mentioning the name of Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
The devices to go off.
Wow. Oh, here we go.
Oh my. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
All right, guys. It's time.
You got this.
Didn't that warning sign used to be actually like something they actually had on the glass? Now they actually made like a block of wood and put it in there? I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but I thought it was like a sticker or something, or like a paper.
You already got the Estes.
Everything's set up. We didn't want to waste any time that we had to be able to do this.
Annabelle, we come with the utmost respect, but if you want to tell us anything tonight, you can do so now.
They didn't do this, they didn't do this with Overnight. You see what I'm saying? Like, this really feels like because it's Sam and Colby, they are opening these things and letting them get close to them. Because Overnight, they did an entire night there, and I don't think they opened the case once. An all-nighter.
Right in the rain, like that, you know, don't hesitate to leave the museum for a little bit.
I don't like that my back is facing towards her. As soon as I put these on, I'm ready to start. Here we go.
All right.
Good luck.
All right.
In the end,
Annabelle, or any spirits here, you can speak through Colby to tell us a message or to talk with us. If there is anybody here that wants to speak with us, can you come and say hi?
You see Annabelle look down at him.
You can give us a name or give us any obvious sign that you'd like to speak with us tonight. Is there anybody here in the museum with us?
200,000.
What? 200,000? Are you trying to scare us?
I don't.
Can you be more specific? Who is here with us right now? We would love to speak with Annabelle. If you're here, can you give us a sign?
Believe.
We full-heartedly believe. We came here to talk to you.
You have a plan? Like a question mark? Don't play around.
We're not going to. Our plan is just asking you to tell the world whatever your message is. We want to learn more about who you are. You like us?
Discussable. Yeah.
Yeah?
Your warmth?
Thank you. We'd love to speak with you. Earlier, you were talking more directly. Only? You're talking only, I guess, to Colby. Is there a reason for that?
Separation. Headlock.
Headlock.
See?
We were talking to Dan about, you know, things that you do. You were talking about separation. Is that your plan?
Why do you want to separate them?
No companion.
I'm literally
Blood.
Blood. No companion.
Use.
You don't want us to have a companion. Like, you want us to be alone. Is that correct?
Able to determine.
If we are alone, what are you able to do?
Come together, please.
So you do want us together.
Who are we speaking to? In the name of Jesus Christ.
Girl.
What's your name?
Do you mean Annabelle?
I just heard laughter.
Oh
my
God. I'm literally finishing my sentences. What do you do to those that you get alone? What's your plan?
Master. Kill.
God, has Annabelle ever, like, actually hurt or killed anybody?
Well,
Car accidents?
The man on the motorcycle, the guy that came in here.
Yeah.
Was giving a tour, and he was knocking on the glass and mocking Annabelle. When he left here with his girlfriend, she was on the back of the motorcycle. They got into an accident.
Sorry about it.
He died in the accident.
My God, I have full body
Invincible.
shield. You think you're invincible?
Bam.
How do we know that you're actually that powerful? How do we know you can actually kill someone?
wait.
Are you connected to any of the other dolls here? The shadow doll that's been going off all night.
Together, the music.
The music.
We were here last time.
No one wants
They
that.
wanted the shadow down and Annabelle together.
Together. We visited a...
Gateway?
What?
Cold.
Is there a gateway between the two of you?
Sounds like only.
We visited other dolls in the past before. They also said something about gateways. Do you know those other dolls? Are you connected in any other way to other haunted dolls?
Everybody against you.
What?
Throw them under.
Everybody
Yeah.
against you.
You do it.
Are there-
Talk to the people.
Are there multiple people talking with us right now?
Only one?
Oh my God.
Coasting.
How do we know that you're actually the demon Annabelle?
No heavens.
Dude. Okay, well, bro, I have you ever heard anything like that?
Yeah.
What, bro? I think you need to like step away for just 2 seconds. It was saying like some really, really insane things, and even like if it got you alone, it could like kill you.
Me?
Or kill someone, whoever got it alone.
It threatens.
It threatens. And then it said like all these dolls are like connected.
So that made sense?
It made insane sense.
I was talking about that, how you're in a confined area here where this energy is just amplifying in here.
The reason why I pulled you out is literally was like, how do we know you're actually like a demonic energy? Trying to say like, hey, maybe it's like human energy or whatever, but no, it said no heaven. Literally what a goddamn demon would say. Genuinely freaky.
What we heard in Queen Mary, like when we first started investigating.
Yeah.
What's that mean? What do we do next?
I don't know, but I think we should take like a 2-minute break or something. I don't know. I'm still like shaking.
Me too.
You know, you can hear it or see it from other people, but being here and experiencing it yourself, it becomes real to you.
We decided to leave the museum as fast as possible and decided what to do next.
I don't know about you, but like, especially after seeing Robert, I don't want to do this. I'd rather just get the priest to come bless us one more time, do maybe like a deeper blessing, and then get out of here. Like, what else more do we need to figure out?
I think we deeply actually know that this is demonic. There's never been like as confirmed as right now that we're talking to a demon and it's answering.
We need to figure it out.
I'm just saying,
Can we just go?
but like, I mean, this is the opportunity.
What else do you want to do?
I have one more idea.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Oh, yeah, this is probably what's going to piss them off and separate them a little bit, right? Sam going behind his back and taking all those photos after Colby's done. It feels like a setup. People might disagree with that. It feels like a scripted arc. Now there's an actual like connection to this, that, and this. And now there's a connection to why Annabelle has to separate people. And now they're about to separate. And it's feeling like an arc. You know what I mean? Like a story arc.
Here, let me go in there for 2 seconds and then I'll show you.
Okay.
I think this is like big.
Okay.
Very curious to hear what Colby thinks of this plan.
He's not gonna like it.
Ever done anything like this before?
He's not gonna like it.
What were you doing in there?
I'm gonna show you this. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a Polaroid, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. So I took a Polaroid of Annabelle.
Okay.
Which is sick, so we can use that for our next investigation.
Okay.
It's gonna take a few minutes. So I was thinking for the final investigation, we do something like a trigger event never done before. So when we went to Peggy's,
But then things started to happen.
Yeah. So, what the heck was that?
What?
I don't know. It's like a massive like crash or some shit. Did you not hear the?
No.
Okay. I don't know. What the fuck?
What? What?
Something just hit my back.
Huh? Wait, what's happening?
I don't know. I've never felt anything like that.
As you're talking about Robert and Peggy.
That actually is really scary. Cause dude, look at these. So I took a picture of both of them.
Wait, you took a picture of Robert?
I took a picture of both of the dolls, and now we have a collection that I don't know if anybody else has. 3 in-person Polaroids of the 3 most haunted dolls. But what's really cool, and I figure would be an awesome offering to make this even crazier, is those dolls that we had on the React channel.
Oh, this is probably what's gonna piss him off, if anything.
For us, the voodoo dolls of us.
The ones with our faces?
The ones with our faces on it. I'm like shaking talking about this because this is so cool. It hasn't developed yet, but I placed these voodoo dolls next to Annabelle for the final photo. This could be like the single most paranormal event in history. I know they said not to do anything like too crazy or whatever.
You don't think that's too crazy?
I mean, it's
like you took a picture of Robert. That was like the #1 thing he said not to do.
But like, we apologized. Or you apologized.
I apologized.
People are going to hate what I'm about to say. People are going to hate what I'm about to say. I'm beginning to get those vibes that this is scripted just by Sam saying that. Like, even the guy who was talking to them said that even if you apologize, that's not going to guarantee anything. And I think the idea here is supposedly Sam has this obsession, this insane obsession that he's trying to prove the paranormal is real. While Colby, on the other hand, is a clear indicator that a possibility that the paranormal could really cause some serious harm, right? Personally, do I believe that it was caused by the paranormal, what his situation was? No, I don't. But now he's like out here, I have a feeling this is going to be like the moment when some frustration is going to happen. I truly believe that.
But like, when did you do it? Did you do it after the apology?
Oh, I just did it on the way out.
Well, then he said you had to be sincere and to wait, remember?
Wait, on the apology?
In the Estes method, he was just like, you need to have good intentions from now on and throughout.
Again, I think the intention is to bring Robert's energy to Annabelle and see how they all mesh, like the 3.
You don't think this is like going too far? Because like, let's just go in that car and talk.
A lot of outside noise.
Okay, like, do you not realize how dangerous this is? Because again, you took a picture of Robert.
Yeah, I want you to know I didn't involve you, and I...
Says the guy who brought a voodoo doll with his face on it. I didn't want to involve you. Why the hell do you have my voodoo doll then?
I made sure that like you said your apologies and sorries and stuff before I did it. I just think that genuinely this is like one of the coolest things, and this is a once-in-a-life opportunity.
I get that. Like, it's cool for the video and stuff, but I don't understand why you're not telling me about when you go off and do these things.
I mean, well, truthfully, mainly just because of the Robert thing, I figured you'd say like no, but I feel like we did it safe and you did your apology, and I made sure to like not involve you in that. But think about it, especially like for the video, this is insane.
Yeah.
This is like massive.
I mean, I get that.
It's this could be the biggest paranormal event in history.
I get that. And yes, I would have said no, but like, the point is that you're still just doing this behind my back. Like, you did this at the Conjuring house. We had a conversation literally a year ago about this, and you've done it countless of other times. It feels like it's not even like us doing this anymore on this channel. It's like you're just going behind my back, not telling me anything, and just trying to figure this out for yourself.
Well, I'm trying to do this because that's the point of the channel. It's the reason why we started, Queen Mary, I still think about that all the time.
I understand that. I get that. But like, when it involves putting your best friend in danger, like taking a picture of Robert, like, why don't you just tell me these things? Like, we can figure this out together. I don't understand.
Well, we talked about this today, not to get like super personal on you guys, but more than anybody, I need this. Mm-hmm. Especially after what happened like last year.
Yeah, I understand.
I know. Like I'm that one, it's the point of the goddamn channel. Second, this is an opportunity that I feel like could prove it to me. Like, I feel like I need this, but I also think like the world needs this.
But dude, like you said, the world doesn't need this. Like, you are the one that thinks you need this. But it doesn't mean that you have to drag me into it, and like, I don't want to be put in danger for that. Like, it's a selfish thing to do.
Isn't this what we want? Like, to prove things like this to the world?
Well, I would say that that would be a possibility, but at the same time, even you guys said you don't think everybody needs to know the answers. In that interview you did with Iced Coffee, you were like, I don't think everybody's supposed to know, because that could start like World War III. There's just some inconsistencies on what you guys want to do and what you don't want to do. Ghost hunting is supposed to be ghost hunting. Paranormal investigations are supposed to be paranormal investigations, not actually having a connection to a previous investigation and a complete story arc where somebody's obsessed with getting evidence and someone's not getting obsessed with getting evidence but wanting to do it for the fun of it. It just feels like, you know, and then now they're on the verge of breaking down into tears because they're talking about it in a car. It just feels too set up. And again, I just don't, I'm kind of confused on what you guys really believe in. Do you really want to get that evidence out there and really prove to the world that the paranormal is real, or are you doing it for the sake of the content and videos? You're making me confused a little bit, because like, again, I've seen interviews where you guys are saying that you don't think the world should know what this is, and they slightly talked about the Conjuring House stuff, and which case, I don't know if they're hinting at the idea that maybe they were proven wrong and that it was all fake, and now they're just trying desperately to prove that the paranormal is real because they let a lot of people down with that. I don't know what their intentions are, but yeah, this video is probably a lot of people are gonna unsubscribe from this channel because after this, I just like, it's not a bad video by any means. I hope nobody understands that it's not a bad video by any means. You know, they did a big collaboration with Zach Bagans. They did a lot of really crazy things in this video. Absolutely can't deny that.
I think it's what you want. I think you just want to prove it to yourself. It doesn't even feel like we always talk about Sam McColby versus the world, but right now it seems like it's Sam versus himself. It's like a deeper personal issue, and I just don't understand like why you don't drag me in and just like let me help.
You know why. You know why. We're on different sides of this coin, man. You believe. You've always believed. For some reason, no matter what we get, I can't fucking accept it. I can't.
We had a longer conversation off camera and decided how we'd like to end the night. Yeah, I don't think this is if this is real, it's obviously not healthy. I have never once met anybody so obsessed with trying to prove that the paranormal is real that they are literally breaking down. And look, you guys have a channel where you have displayed so much paranormal evidence from the Spirit Box, from the Estes method, from where you guys are really having deep conversations with what you believe are real spirits, and for some reason you still don't believe spirits are out there. What does that say about your channel? What does that say about all the times we really believe you are being affected, but you're like, what? I'm confused a little bit because of this. Maybe you guys can help. Maybe you can go down to the comment section down below and explain to me where he really is, because if I'm going by all of the investigations I have watched from Sam McColby, I would never have guessed this guy still doubts. Not once. It's not like he's a skeptic and is like proving the logical sides of things. No, he's really out there acting like he believes in most of the things that they are capturing and are connecting. Do you get what I'm saying? And then now he still doesn't believe? I just don't know.
We talked for a little while, and that got a little personal, and I'm not trying to put my personal life on YouTube. Sometimes it mixes. In that personal struggle, which I've been going through for a little while now, I took it too far, and I've apologized to Colby, but I just want to also publicly apologize to you. I now realize that I need to deal with these problems myself and not bring you into it.
It's fine. It's okay.
I want to also apologize to you guys watching. I don't want to set a bad example. I don't want to be that guy that pushes the bar to where it puts other people that I love in danger. So I'm sorry. It is something I'm working on and something that I feel like a lot of people go through, but That's no excuse. You shouldn't be disrespectful to anything of this world, and definitely should not try to put anybody in danger because of it. So I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We talked about this, and just because that already happened and I took the picture and everything has been, and I think in order to make sure we are safe, we are going to ask the priest to bless us, and we are going to end our investigation here. It is just not worth it. Maybe another time we'll come see Annabelle, but it is just not worth pushing it any further.
It said separation.
Do you see why that felt scripted right there? It said separation, and they stare at each other dramatically, and then they end it. I'm sure these guys are still fucking great buddies, but since day one, our goal has been to bring hope of everything more to our audience. But the truth is, sometimes we need to learn how to find hope ourselves. I'm sorry that I left my personal struggles, put someone I love in harm's way. The paranormal can be terrifying, but what's more scary is losing ourselves. We are going to be taking some time to rethink how we want to continue this channel. Wow. See you soon. Sam and Colby versus the world. Okay. All right. Okay. So that was the video. Interesting to say the least. I'll say that. I don't know. It's so overdramatic. It's so, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. And it looked like they actually hinted at the idea that they might not even continue doing paranormal investigations anymore, which I'm sure is going to shock a lot of people. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, dude, holy shit. Yeah, it seems like they are going to try to step away from it a little bit, which if that's the case, I mean, that's up to them completely. It's just go back to explore stuff maybe, and maybe try that more. I feel like if I thought about this video more, I might start kind of getting a better idea of what their goals are, their intentions are here. I'm just a little, like, especially after where we just had a video about, the Conjuring House stuff where love is the answer, and now this one ends with, like, is it worth putting people who you love in harm's way and whatnot? Again, good messages, and we haven't really seen a whole lot of Sam's, like, obsessive side in a while. The obsessive stuff, was a long while back, but now it's, like, really obsessive to where he's, like, actually, like, he's like has a small little villain arc, and he's taking pictures of all the dolls and stuff, smiling on camera, saying, "Oh yeah, we're about to do that" and stuff. I don't know. It just feels, and then when the time comes where like, "Oh yeah, Annabelle, yeah, she wants to separate you guys," and then it feels too perfect and too set up. I don't know. I don't know, because I've never experienced this kind of level of like connecting with any ghost hunt. And whether you hate me for saying that or not is completely up to you. There's something about watching it like progress in the way it did that just was like a little suspicious, in my personal opinion. Go down below in the comments section. Maybe you saw some things I missed, and if you did, leave them in the comments section. We can have a constructive conversation about this instead of really going after each other. We can really have a constructive conversation about what really went on in this video, because I got to say, regardless of what I think of it, it was probably one of the more interesting videos I have seen from their channel. Just going off videos alone, it's just interesting. Having said that, I'm not really afraid to say how I feel about certain things, so I understand why that might really get under some people's skins. I know there are some hardcore Sam and Colby fans out there who really think this is the end of their friendship and the end of their career, but I think they're going to be fine. Let me know your thoughts down below. With all respect and all love, I'll see you in the next one.
God who can't speak, God's answers through. You won't be mended.